Another really great tip when we think about increasing fibre and increasing plant diversity is to think about eating the rainbow. Now, why this is important is because every single colour in a plant represents a different plant chemical that has a very distinct effect on our health. Not only when it's absorbed into our bloodstream, where it can act on the blood vessels, for example, or perhaps it acts better on the liver and helps the pancreas to regulate blood sugar, it also directly interacts with our gut microbiome. So these colourful plant chemicals all power up different microbes depending on what their preference is. So when we look at recipes that have lots of different colours, that is just an absolute plethora, an abundance, a feast of different opportunities for our gut microbes and our health. Today we're going to be making the Technicolour tofu bowl. Kathryn has brought together some beautiful colours, some really potent herbs and spices that pack polyphenolic punch, and she's using tofu. An amazing food. It's gotten so much hate online, but tofu is a brilliant protein. It is a fermented food. It contains soy isoflavones, which are particularly helpful for women, especially if you're going through perimenopause. And she's also got some really colourful whole grains. When you mix up the colours of your whole grains like that, you get even more benefits. I can't wait to put this all together to make something that is nutritious, delicious, and so colourful. All right, Kathryn, let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna show you how to treat tofu. We're gonna
treat it well.
We're gonna take it up a notch. We're gonna make it really, really delicious. And I've got to say, my husband hates tofu, and I made this dish at home, and he couldn't stop eating it. So I think that's a good litmus test.
That is a good sign, yeah.
So here we have some firm tofu.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
look at that bad boy.
Lift it out of here, and we're gonna cut it in half. We just need half of it today. And then you can store the rest of it in there.
Yeah, perfect.
And we're gonna cut it quite small, so that it has lots of surface area to absorb. We're going to boil it first. Ah. So something that's going to help it to absorb the flavour of the marinade is to simmer it in salted water for just 2 or 3 minutes, and then it's going to go straight into a marinade.
Simmering tofu before cooking it has transformed my relationship with it and how it absorbs flavours, and it changes the texture.
Changes the texture.
It gives it a little bit more of a firm, meatier texture, so a bit more bite to it, doesn't it?
Yes, it takes away that kind of the dryness to it that you have sometimes. So we're just going to boil this in salted water for 3 minutes, and then we're going to make our dressing.
Nice.
So we're going to make our dressing. We've got lots of really gorgeous flavours here. So I'll give you the tablespoon measure for doing tablespoons, and I'll do the teaspoons. We have a tablespoon of miso.
Nice.
And a tablespoon of soy sauce, and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar.
Miso. And should we use the little...
Do you want a little spoon?
Yeah, I'm just going to scoop it out, sorry. Great, so a tablespoon of miso.
Yeah, tablespoon
of this amazing soy.
Yeah. And then we have a teaspoon of cumin. Oops.
Oh, I love cumin.
Let's make a mess.
And a tablespoon
of apple cider vinegar.
And this is the live apple cider vinegar, which is really important because it retains those really beneficial probiotic qualities.
Delicious. Half a teaspoon of turmeric and half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. So all of those flavours in there are it's like a flavour bomb.
Tiny whisk.
And we've got our tiny whisk.
And I guess if you don't have apple cider vinegar and you've got, white wine vinegar, you can use that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Similarly, I guess if you don't have all the spices, just use what you have, right?
Just use what you have, yeah. We're going to put in some olive oil.
Always. Look at that.
Let's do
so colourful, isn't it?
2 tablespoons in there. And when you're ready, a pinch of salt, I think, as well. And we've got some soy sauce in there, so we'll have a bit of seasoning. Yeah. And that is, not only is that going to marinate our tofu, that's also creating the base dressing for this entire salad. So that will be, all of this marinade is going to stay throughout our salad.
It looks so rich, and it just smells amazing already.
Smells absolutely beautiful.
Really good.
So that's it ready. We're going to drain our tofu. When the tofu is hot, it goes in here, and that's just going to soak up all that flavour.
So exciting.
Okay?
Yeah, perfect. Let's do it. Okay, so we've drained the tofu.
Drain the tofu. You can see it's still steaming.
Yeah.
That's going to go...
In it goes.
Into there. And we're just going to stir it to mix it in with that marinade.
Oh, beautiful.
And when you get to this point, this actually, having tofu just like this on its own with this dressing on it is delicious.
I'll probably do that.
Yeah, it's really, really good. But we are going to put this aside and marinate it for, it all depends on how much time you have. If you can do this for, If you can do this the night before you're going to have this salad, it will be
even better.
At its absolute best.
Okay.
30 minutes is your minimum.
Okay.
So we're going to set it aside, and while we're getting everything else ready, and we'll bring it all together.
I'm often asked about what the best way to eat a vegetable is. Raw, cooked, steamed, same with eggs and other foods. And actually, it is quite interesting. So when we cook vegetables, it does change the nutrient profile of that vegetable. Actually, tomatoes are my favorite example. A fresh tomato like this is high in vitamin C, and it contains lots of bioactive compounds and is rich in water as well as minerals. But when we cook this tomato, though the vitamin C does go down, lycopene, which is one of the polyphenols, one of the bioactive plant chemicals in this, becomes much easier to absorb. So cooking tomatoes makes lycopene easy to absorb. Eating them fresh retains their vitamin C content. So the answer is often eat them in both ways. Have them raw, have them cooked. However, if you're someone who has more of a sensitive gut, cooking vegetables can make them easier to digest and a bit gentler on your stomach. What cooking also does is it changes the food matrix. A really good example of this is if you cook celery, your ability to absorb the sugar from within the celery increases 6-fold. So if you're eating a crunchy raw stick of celery, you absorb about 7 calories. If you cook your celery and then eat it, you absorb about 36 calories. Now, this is not to say we shouldn't be calorie counting celery, that's not the point. But what it's telling you is that cooking changes the food matrix. It changes how the nutrients are available within the cell walls and makes them more available. So for example, if you're making a lovely vegetable soup or a broth, you're going to be able to access and absorb more of the nutrients from the carrots and the onions and the garlic than if you were eating them raw. So you see, there's benefits to having vegetables cooked and there's benefits to having them raw. And steaming them is actually a really good way of enjoying vegetable because it does lock in more of the nutrients than, for example, boiling them, where you do lose the water-soluble nutrients to the cooking water. Last but not least, when we think about the food matrix, we have to think about what happens when we blend food or juice it. A good example for this is nuts and seeds. So if you have yourself some lovely pumpkin seeds, or perhaps you have some hazelnuts. Hazelnuts are a wonderful food, but they're really quite hard, right? When you chew hazelnuts, you have to work to break down those cell walls and to absorb the nutrients within them. If I were to blend this into a paste and enjoy it as a nut butter, all of the fats, all of the sugars, and all of the vitamins and minerals would be ready to absorb. My body wouldn't have to work very hard at all to get them. So, again, if you're someone who, for example, is looking to enjoy a diet that's going to help them feel fuller for longer, and perhaps you're trying to maintain healthy weight or achieve a healthier weight by losing some weight, then I would recommend eating the whole hazelnuts because you'll be absorbing less of the energy from them. If, on the other hand, you're a child who is growing, or you're somebody who is perhaps struggling to maintain a healthy weight, or you're on weight loss medications and you want to make sure you're absorbing as many of those nutrients as possible, a nut butter is going to be better for you. And it's good to have variety, you can have both, but just remember the food matrix as being the way that the plants retain the nutrients in little pockets, in little cells, and the more you destroy the food matrix, the more available they become. And that's the same for vitamins, minerals, fats, and carbohydrates. Proteins less so, and fibre does not get destroyed with blending. So if you do choose to make a smoothie, or if you choose to make a nut butter, you're still going to get all the fibre benefits.
Okay, so our tofu is marinated, it's delicious, but now we're gonna create this Technicolour salad. We're gonna add to it.
Okay.
We're gonna start with some quinoa.
Yes.
This is cooked quinoa, which is one of the ones you get in the pack and you microwave until it's ready, so it's easy, quick to use. So that's gonna go in, that's gonna create your grain base and this lovely substance.
A great whole grain, and you've got black and white quinoa in one packet, so you're getting the variety there.
Amazing. Excellent. And then if you can quarter 6 cherry tomatoes for me, I'm going to add in some herbs. So I've got parsley, and we're not going to be shy about the amount of herbs we're using. We're going to be super generous. Dill is one of my favourite herbs, and dill is going to be a delicious flavour combination with all of these lovely spices that we've used. So we're going to take a nice big bunch of that.
The smell is amazing, isn't it? It's so fresh.
Stunning. And then here we have some coriander. So here you've got, it's about a 30 gram total, I would say.
And for my peeps who don't love coriander, flat leaf parsley.
Flat leaf parsley, yeah. So we've got flat leaf parsley in here already, but you can just use all flat leaf parsley if you want.
Nice.
You can use all dill if you like. You'd be surprised if you start using herbs in bigger quantities, how tasty they are and how much they add to a dish. Beautiful. So you can slice up that onion for me.
The gorgeous red onion. Oh.
And then if you don't have one of these, you can use spring onions instead.
Excellent.
2 or 3 will do the trick. What you want to do is just really finely chop those herbs. So the herbs almost act like a bit of a salad leaf. They're your greens.
Amazing, isn't it? And herbs pack such a punch in terms of polyphenolic content. The reason they're so fragrant compared to, say, a lettuce is because they have so much more of these bioactive compounds in them that give them fragrance. So if you're using them as your salad leaf, that is like powering up.
Amazing.
Massively.
And then here we've got some carrots, which is going to give us some of that colour, and also it's going to give us some lovely texture and some sweetness. So you're just going to grate them. Quite simple. Do you want a bigger knife for that?
No, I'm good. I like my little knife. It's being teeny weeny little cutting, and also, yeah, it's roughly chopped is good, I hope.
Roughly chopped is perfect. We are not fussy.
Oh, look at that. The colours are already coming together.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah, so nice. I can chop your lemon for you.
Yes, we're going to actually, you can create, so we're going to have a little dressing to drizzle on top, which is lemon. We're going to have the juice of half a lemon and 2 tablespoons of tahini, which I've got here.
Gorgeous.
We can just do it by eye. We've lost our tablespoon measure. Don't know where it's gone.
it's using all my grip strength again with this lemon. They're so juicy. I can't, honestly. I might have to do it the old school way. There you go.
There we go. Look at that. The colour of that is beautiful. In that goes.
The rest in. There you go.
There we go. Lovely.
Lemon. And then I'll just get, so 2, did you say teaspoons or tablespoons?
We'll do 2 tablespoons, but we can do it by eye.
Yeah? I'll let you do that.
And this is, we're going to just drizzle this on top. So that's about that much.
Mini whisk.
We got our mini whisk. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to grab some spoons to toss this.
And do you put any extra virgin olive oil in the dressing?
So we have some in the dressing in here. Remember?
Oh, amazing, yeah. So it's already in the base.
It's already in the base. And then this I'm just going to toss. So we might need...
More lemon?
Yeah, the juice of the other half. The spring onions, the carrots. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
Always season.
There you go, better?
Perfect. And then we're just going to, let's move this. So that's it, that's ready. So we're going to serve that up like this.
Wow, that is so beautiful.
And then just pour that on the top. And that is just another layer of flavour. And the tahini just adds a lovely bit of creaminess to that dish. And the lemon will make all of those ingredients just...
That is so gorgeous.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah, and
how
so
pretty.
Quick.
So quick, it's really easy. Super duper quick.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
I think it's the combination of the miso, the soy, the apple cider vinegar, and the spices, and the tahini, all of those ingredients together. And then the tofu has just absorbed all of those flavours. And the tofu is so soft and tender and succulent.
Such a wonderful, wonderful celebration.
Isn't it just?
It is, I mean, whatever, that was amazing.
I think that is such a celebration of tofu.
And this would be great the next day, take it to the office.
That will keep in the fridge for 2 to 3 days, and it will just get better. I know, it's good.
What a magical recipe. I'm Dr Federica Amati, medical scientist, registered public health nutritionist, and best-selling author. I teach nutrition to healthcare professionals, as well as advising policymakers on how to improve public health. I also work with a clinical medical team to help people achieve their health goals. Subscribe for easy ways to improve your health, simple, delicious recipes, and evidence-based information. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok for regular updates and quick health wins. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this useful. I can't wait to see you next time.